What is going on? I know it's been a bit since my last stream, but here I am. So, we'll see what's up. I find it interesting how my Itmon ranking video got a pretty decent number of views, but no comments. Barely any likes as well, like only 3 likes so far. This is one of those cases where I think the dislike button should still be visible, because I don't know if like the majority of people just didn't like it, and that's why it only has 3 likes. They didn't agree with the ranking or whatever. I don't know. I kind of don't think so, but I mean, who knows? Who knows anymore? So we're about 1 minute and 30 seconds in, and no one showed up, which is weird, but we'll give it a bit. Hey, what's up, Max? Looks like you're the first one here. Just thought I'd do a stream for a little bit, which probably won't last for very long. Probably only stream for about maybe an hour. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Any albums you're looking forward to for the second half of this year? Good question. Not really anything at the moment, at least nothing that's been announced. I mean, I am holding out for All That Remains to release a new album later this year. And I think Death Angel might release a new album this year as well. I know that they've been working on a new album, but it might come out this year, maybe 2024. I guess we'll see. Yeah, I think those 2 bands are probably the most likely on my radar that could be releasing new albums this year, like in the second half. The new Avenged Sevenfold album is coming out on June 2nd. I'm looking forward to it. That's cool. Avenged Sevenfold kind of fell off for me, though, to be honest. But they're not bad, though. I still wouldn't consider them bad by any means. Hey, Andrew Babe, how's it going? Welcome. But yeah, I'm trying to think what other bands could release a new album later this year. Let's see, I did mention All That Remains. I mentioned Death Angel. I would say maybe Sepultura. I mean, I know that there's talks about there being another Sepultura album, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we have to wait till 2024 for that one. Who else? Well, we did recently get Yes's new album, which I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of surprised that MJ Nation didn't review on his channel. And that's always been one of my complaints with MJ's channel. I mean, I'm cool with MJ and everything, but the thing that I've noticed about MJ Nation's channel is he does seem to only review stuff that he actually likes, you know? Now, granted, yes, I do nowadays as well, but like back in my early days, I used to do like little fun videos on like Taylor Swift and stuff. and, you know, Starset's later material, which I'm not really a fan of. I think Starset's first two albums are not bad, but the two that came after, I didn't care for all that much. But yeah, that's always been one of my complaints with his channel, is like, broaden out, man. Like, you know, as far as your channel goes, like, be willing to review stuff that, you know, you're not really a fan of, you know? Like, I know he's not into Demon Hunter, but I'm just an example. If I mention, hey, you should review Demon Hunter, I mean, and it's one of those things where it's like, don't be biased either because you just don't like the band. Actually review the music objectively for what it is. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, like, I really don't get how someone could be into bands like Trivium and All That Remains. Bands that are kind of alike to Demon Hunter, but still are not into Demon Hunter for some reason, which I think Demon Hunter blows those bands out of the water. Ooh, I know. That's not very popular, I know, but I mean, Trivium and Demon Hunter, they are close for me. I mean, I would definitely say I like Demon Hunter a pinch more, but, you know, Trivium's still a good band. But dare I say, I think they're kind of overrated. Lil Durk's drops tomorrow the singles for his album Almost Healed Have. Pretty good. I'm looking forward to that album as well. Not familiar. Hello, Junebug. How's it going? I don't do many reviews because I'm not always confident in my reviews, but I at least try my best. I recently reviewed a video game. Oh, cool. Which video game? Yeah, pretty soon here, when my voice gets a little better. I actually want to do a rant on modern video games. Because I know that I've talked about video games a few times in the streams here, but I know I don't really make full videos dedicated to video games. I mean, I know I had another channel for that, but yeah. I just kind of want to do a rant on modern video games and basically where I stand in the world of gaming today. Just how I feel about the current state of gaming and stuff. And just basically my thoughts on it. It's all subjective, of course. But yeah, when it comes to reviews, I will admit I'm not the best at music reviewing either. It's not really my talent, to be honest. I'm not as musically gifted as other people. You know, Cover Killer Nation, I mean, I've had my beef with him before, but I mean, I got to give credit where credit is due. He does a fine job reviewing music. Does a fine job. You know what band I kind of hate? Five Finger Death Punch. Yeah, I'm definitely not into them. Christor? Or Christor? It's a Japanese imported PS4 game. It's really good. It has a great story and soundtrack. Oh, cool. You will admit your reviews can do some trimming. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Isn't Cover Killer Nation a left-wing nutcase? He kind of is. I mean, I haven't checked his social media in a while. I mean, who knows what he's saying now, but I will admit that Cover Killer Nation does need to cool it with the political stuff. I mean, great way to divide your subscriber base. I kind of miss Cover Killer Nation. I really do like his reviews. Yeah, he was a good reviewer. The thing is, I don't know why he stopped. I really don't. Look out, trolls, I got the power. There you go. But yeah, Cover Killer Nation, I mean, he was a good YouTuber, especially for someone who didn't edit his videos. But I've had a few problems with him personally. But when I examine his channel from an objective standpoint, I think he does a fine job. He said he stopped because it wasn't fun anymore. Oh, okay. Cover Killer Nation had some stuff going on with his mental health, last I heard. Yeah, I've heard that as well. I mean, I've heard that as well. I mean, I do wish him all the best and everything, but he does need to cool it with the political nonsense. I wish he was only doing music reviews instead of sharing his political views. Yeah, same here. Like, dude, no one cares. No one cares. I know you're trying to, you know, jump on the bandwagon, trying to be cool with all the rainbow-haired, blue checkmark people or whatever, you know. I know you want to try to get on their good side, but I don't care. I just simply don't care. I don't care if I'm on the left's good side. I really don't. If they want to call me a terrible person, let them. Because who am I a terrible person to? Them? Ooh. Because that matters. I also think he had a heart attack. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I think I heard something about that as well. I know he's had some chest problems, which is sad. I'm not gonna lie. Put out a 2-song EP entitled Diss Transfer Time. It contains some diss songs I've made. Interesting. But yeah, that video game discussion that I want to do, I actually plan on making that a more lengthy video because I do have a lot to say. Max Palmer, you make albums. Is there a way to put them on iTunes? Yeah. Yeah, put your stuff on iTunes. It's also a play on words with Dream Theater's album Distance Over Time with the title. Huh. Interesting. Dead Yellow, what's up, Zach D Nation? Not much. Unfortunately, no, Andrew. It's just on YouTube. Zach, did you see Fast X? I actually plan on seeing it soon. Yeah, I do plan on seeing the new Fast film soon. I mean, I heard mixed reviews on it. Like, I heard some people say they liked it, some people didn't like it. I mean, I'm not going into it expecting it to be the best of the franchise, but I mean, it looks fine. It looks fine for what it is. ZD PTube, hello. Just joined the stream. What's up? Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Zach, I'm going to leave at this weekend, talk privately about it. But I think we can make this country better. We honestly don't discuss politics. We kind of take the Johnny Carson approach. Okay. Okay, I hear you. The cars in the Fast and Furious series interest me more than the story and the characters sometimes, yeah. Yeah, I know that they definitely they kept the Fast franchise going longer than it needed to. I mean, I know that people have said that they should have stopped at Fast 7, which I can kind of agree with, but, you know, it is what it is. I mean, apparently there's going to be like 2 more after this one, after this new one, so it's at least good that they do have an end date, you could say, or an end point, you know. All I know is that some random guy I know said the word family 500 times in the movie. Interesting. Now my controversial statement of the day. Mike Portnoy, Avenged Sevenfold over Mike Portnoy Dream Theater. Honestly, Max, that does not surprise me whatsoever. Like, I think you need to see some psychological help for that, but I'm not surprised by that. I'm just messing. The Johnny Carson approach makes fun of both sides. Oh, okay, I hear you. I bet Fabio hates the new Fast and Furious. Yeah. Yeah, Fabio's a cool guy. He's actually one of my favorite people on this platform, to be honest. But that is kind of one of my little gripes with him, is that when it comes to newer films, I don't know. Like, I get that maybe most of them are not good, but I mean, I don't know. I bet Alex would call his small little weak Nissan would complete in the cars in the Fast and Furious series. Yeah. Favorite Johnny Carson moments? What is that link you sent, Andrew? Hey, Zach, what's up, man? I'm just joining. Hey, how's it going, Christian? Not much is going on here. Thoughts on AI-generated music? Don't know much about it. Don't know much about it. But the whole AI thing is really... It's just weird nowadays. Like, I'm not really sure what to make of it. It's kind of annoying at the same time. See, my thing is, instead of complaining about stuff that you don't like in Hollywood, the power now to make something go do it right. That's true. Finished eating dinner, had pizza. Very cool. AI is getting so advanced that it will eventually take over our military, like the movie Terminator. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I think Arnold recently stated that he wrote the script for the next Terminator film. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, they say like machines are gonna like take over like employment and stuff, like no one's gonna work and such, which I like. The thing is, I don't what's the point? Like, if people are willing to work, what's the point? What's the point of having like this supposed advanced technology? Hey, Tundra, thoughts on Chat GBT? What is that? Zach, I already know what your answer is going to be, but I gotta ask. Did you play the new Zelda? No, I didn't. But actually, I know that Nick recently got that game. I think he said he got it on release date or something. So I know he's played it. So, but I haven't played it. I've never really been a big Nintendo guy, to be honest. Never have been. Even when I was younger, I never really got into Nintendo stuff. Not sure why. I just never did. I mean, I liked Sonic when I was younger, and still kind of do, but yeah. I kind of hope Arnold doesn't do another Terminator. He is way too old now, and the last movie was Matt. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say the last really good Terminator movie actually was maybe the third one, which came out like 20 years ago. Now, the fourth one, Terminator Salvation, I think was okay. Like, I know that one featured very little Arnold, but yeah, Terminator Salvation wasn't too bad. So, do I get in trouble if I don't tip the drones? He delivers my pizza because I'm not going to tip a machine. Right. Good question. Hellman is a great band. I got into them this year. Nice. I thought Fast X was very good and probably the best one since Fast 5 and Furious 7. Yeah, I've heard it was the best one since then, but I've heard many different things about the new Fast film. Sonic isn't Nintendo. You're making me pull my hair out in rage right now. Yeah, I didn't think he was, but just wanted to make sure. My biggest problem is they needed a better director. Okay. My biggest problem is they needed a better director. Yeah, probably. With the Terminator series, you can only tell the same story so many times. AI takes over and tries to wipe out humanity. Same thing, just told differently, yeah. In my opinion, they probably should have ended Terminator with Terminator Salvation. But, I mean, I'm open to the new one. I mean, hopefully it'll be better than the last two. Hey, what's going on? The Side Hustler Jay? This is your first time here? Well, welcome. There's going to be a part 11. Yeah, I know. There's also going to be a part 12 as well, which I believe is going to conclude the entire franchise. Can you imagine the news drone gets... news drone 9000 gets angry. Man shoots him because he did not tip a drone. That'd be nuts. Very, very nuts. I mean, hopefully we don't ever get to that point. But who knows with, you know, the world's going today. It's crazy, man. Transformers hasn't been good since Transformers 3. Yeah. You know what's funny? Like, I had some interest in the new Transformers movie, but I kind of don't now. Like, I don't know. They just gotta ruin everything, you know? Eternally Fast and Forever Furious, the final chapter. That can be the name for the last movie, yeah. Yeah, true. Actually, Zach, there's a drone. You forgot to decide not to tip. You become a fugitive from the drone. Yeah, makes sense. Hey, what's going on? I remember now. What's up, Zach? Hope you're well. Hope you're well too. Thank you. I'm actually thinking about buying the entire Fast and Furious Blu-ray set that includes all 9 of them. Yeah, I've seen that Blu-ray set around. I've thought about picking that up myself, but I do prefer the individual packaging. I don't know what it is with me when I buy movies, but I'm not really a big fan of like the collector sets. I mean, obviously there's some exceptions that I'll make. Like I do have the Rush Hour trilogy on Blu-ray. I do have all the Matrix films in one Blu-ray set. So yeah, there are exceptions that I have made, so... Yeah, and I do have all the Rambo films in one thing together, but I also have them all, like, individually for Blu-ray, except for, Rambo 4. Yeah, I'll definitely buy, the new Fast film on Blu-ray as well. Just bring back Megan Fox and Transformers, that's all you need. My high school still has... For Megan Fox, my adult self does not. I hear ya. Yeah, I remember Megan Fox was like the thing back then. Like, I had a friend who kind of liked her. I mean, she's fine looking, but, like, I just don't see how, like, how she's, like, the best, like everyone claimed, you know? There you go, Zach, your next movie, it would be like Enemy of the State meets The Fugitive. There you go. Zach, have you heard Anthrax is working on a new album? I have heard that. I don't know when to expect it, though. I mean, probably by 2024. And Zach, I have some news to tell you. Dude, just tell me. You don't have to let me know that you're gonna say something. Just say it, you know? Wait, what was that comment? I remember even a teacher got in trouble at school because he looked up those photos of Megan Fox and got fired in school. Interesting. I'm going to see Metallica for the third time in August 20th with Five Finger Death Punch and Ice Nine Kills. Interesting. For the third time. That's crazy, man. I saw Metallica once last year. Would I be willing to see them again? I mean, I wouldn't complain. But yeah, I mean. But I think given how soon it was since I've seen them, like how recent it was, maybe I can wait a few years until the next time or whatever. I want a new Korn album because the last one hasn't held up for me at all. Yeah, Requiem I think was okay. It's definitely not their best, but I mean, I can go for a new Korn album as well. My only complaint about the new Transformers is they never did a remix of the classic Transformers theme song. Five Finger Death Punch, I don't mind. I'm not really into Five Finger Death Punch. Ice Nine Kills, yeah, I'm not into them either. Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, or Megadeth, which is your favorite of the big four? Honestly, Metallica. I know that that's kind of a normie pick, you could say, but they're the band that I return to the most. Jan E. Cakes wants to know, do you believe AI comments in videos? No. No, no, no. Zach, do you like any jazz? I like jazz fused, like, elements in, like, prog rock and stuff. But I guess that's about as far as it goes. But jazz itself, I don't really listen to. Does Korn like Korn? Who knows? I should have asked Brian Head Welch that whenever I met him. I should have asked him if he likes Korn. Tundra, my favorite band of the big four, Anthrax. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Anthrax is a good band. So in your Sabbath ranking, wait, what? I've seen Godsmack at least 7 or 8 times in my life. They always put on good shows. They are on tour with Staind this year. I'm going to go see them August 10th. Nice. Very cool. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Ip Man films, but that's a franchise that I've been binge watching a lot. I've just been really binge watching a lot of the stuff with Donnie Yen. I'm definitely a big fan of his work. I actually got a couple of his movies recently, which I'll of course show in a near future pickup video. Yeah, the unofficial Black Sabbath album with Ronnie James Dio. Yeah, I already did my Black Sabbath ranking, dude. Just go check it out. Hopefully the new Transformers will be the best one since Revenge of the Fallen. I'm not expecting much from it, to be honest. Who would you say are your most important bands throughout your lifetime? I mean, you already know what I'm going to say. Demon Hunter is one of them for sure. And there's the Punk Agent. Hey, what's up, Punk Agent? Jeez, man. But yeah, Demon Hunter, Red, maybe Breaking Benjamin. I don't know. Those are the bands that come to mind when I think of like the bands that mean the most to me, or the ones that like I would consider important in my musical journey. The problem is with the Transformer movies, they make all about the humans and not about the Transformers. Yeah, true. Do you know is considered by some fans to be unofficial album? Yeah, I don't know if I knew that. Gonna see Dream Theater with Devin Townsend and Animals as leaders in June. When they come to my area. Yeah, I actually want to go see them in June as well. I just keep forgetting about it, but if I make it to that show, then I will. If not, it is what it is. I mean, hopefully I can. In a series work, we need to use my Lexus, like my James Bond car. Missile shootout, machine guns under the headlights. Maybe in a future series. Well, there was sort of a plan like that for X-Ray, but I think it would get too much in the way of the story. Like, I really want to focus more on the story than anything with X-Ray. Zach, I saw Fast X, and the only good part about it was Jason Statham. Yeah, well, Jason Statham always, it's always a treat when he shows up, you could say. But the movie was terrible. Tony Iommi put out some of his heaviest metal in that album. Wait, did you say the X-Ray date yet? Nope. Honestly, do not expect X-Ray for a little while. There's still only a bit of it done as of this moment. A more story-driven story is best sometimes, yeah. I'll send you the link to the album, okay. Worst Black Sabbath album in your opinion? Probably Forbidden. That was... It was on the bottom of my ranking list that I did, and it still remains at the bottom. I thought Fast X was really good, but I understand people will have different opinions. Yeah, for sure. I mean, as repetitive as the Fast and Furious films get, I'd still rather watch them than most of the new Marvel stuff. I mean, yes, I thought Guardians of the Galaxy, I thought the third Guardians of the Galaxy film was good, but yeah, I mean, it was good, but you know, the films that surrounded it are kind of like kind of bumps in the road, but there's some good ones here and there. Zach, can I ask why you're not having Azar White do the music this time around? Who said I wasn't having Azar White do the music again? That would be fun to do, you and me, sometime rank albums. We could do that. We could very well do that. They stopped being good after Paul Walker passed away. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I think 13 was a good farewell for Black Sabbath. It was a decent album. I mean, I'll admit I don't return to it that much, but it's there. It's decent. I mean, it does sound like Black Sabbath, like their old stuff, but just not as good somehow. The songs just weren't as good. They weren't as good. Now, Loner, I thought was a great song on the 13 album. Oh, the trailer music. Yeah, well, that was mostly because he wasn't getting back to me before May, and I said that I would release the trailer by May, and he hasn't really been active on social media at that time, so that's why I just basically took other music. Controversial opinion. I think they should have killed off Paul Walker's character, because I don't buy that character retiring. Yeah. Oh, but if the movie came out today, they would have killed off the character because, you know, for whatever reason in the world of film, you know, there's this obsession with killing the main character. I mean, you look at Iron Man, James Bond, John Wick. You know that they're going to kill off Indiana Jones in the new one. You already know that. But yeah, I mean, there's no more of that walking into the sunset type of ending, you know. I mean, I can understand, you know, killing off the main character in their final entry once in a while. Like, it can work in some instances, but it just seems like it's with every movie. Like, the way that they killed off James Bond, totally unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. You know, the only reason that he supposedly got killed off is because he got this virus from this from the villain in the movie, and that's basically his reason, because, you know, he can't really have any contact with people. Paul Walker's character retired, and yet never came back even once. Better explained if the character too was killed off screen. Yeah. True. What if Shrek dies in the fifth one? Yeah. I mean, the thing is with Shrek 5 for me is, I mean, I'll check it out, obviously, but there's no point. What's the point of making a Shrek 5? I mean, I will say that I would rather have a Shrek 5 than a Toy Story 5, which I know they're making that as well, so there you go. Kind of unnecessary. I'm just gonna say it okay, because being the bad guy, I think the nature of Paul Walker's death, they did not want to do that in a car movie. Yeah, maybe. They're bringing back Paul Walker's character in the last movie, mark my words. I wouldn't be surprised, to be quite honest. You might be right about that. If you would be insulting if they faked Paul Walker's character and then put his face on an actor, the same build, let that dude rest in peace. Yeah. In Fast 8, when Vin Diesel's character turned on its team and mentioned, they're going back. We're not going to have the same character, Brian. All what was happening in Fast 8. I don't know, it'd be cheap, but they get Brian got cancer and he died, yep. Toy Story should have ended at Toy Story 3. I do agree with that. I mean, the whole story arc ended at the end of the third movie. Like, what other stories could you tell, you know? I mean, obviously, they did with the fourth one, but it wasn't as good. It wasn't as good as the original trilogy. Toy Story would be best as a trilogy. Part 3 ended it so perfectly and emotionally too. Strong ending, yeah. Yep, I think we can all agree that Toy Story 3 should have been the finale of Toy Story. And the thing is, like, kids of this generation, they don't really care about Toy Story that much. Like, Toy Story, like, that's from our generation, you know? Like go watch something else. Go play Fortnite or whatever these kids do nowadays, you know? That's the crap that these kids today are growing up with. Look up this actor, Trevor Donovan. He recently easily replaced Paul Walker. Looks exactly like him, and he even doubled for Paul Walker. Never knew that. That's interesting. Punk's favorite Toy Story is the Toy Story That Time I Forgot. Zach, I'm going to Rockfest and Pantera is headlining on that first day. That's cool. Yeah, I knew that Pantera was touring, so that is really cool. Toy Story Andy spinoff. He drops out of college and becomes a drug addict. Yeah, I actually wouldn't be surprised if Andy returns in the 5th Toy Story. Like, maybe like a little cameo or something, like, just like, maybe like a small scene where, like, Woody or someone stumbles across him, like, and he's all grown and has a family and stuff. Just like one of those moments, you know? I can see it. I didn't even like Toy Story 3. I remember my teacher downloaded it and we watched it while it was still theaters. Wow. Zach, are you excited for and gonna review the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Yeah, I actually thought about checking that out. Seems kind of interesting. Review it, maybe, I don't know. But I'll probably check it out, though. Yeah, see, Cars, I mean, I like the first Cars movie whenever that first came out. I never saw the sequels, you know? But when it comes to Pixar, it's mainly just Toy Story and The Incredibles for me. The first Incredibles I do think is still better than the second one, but the second one's not bad. It was kind of a bummer though, because like they hyped it up, you know, to be like this big battle with the Underminer or whatever his name is. I mean, they did in the video game, but the story in the video game is totally different from the movie, which is weird. I was at Rockville and saw Pantera. They killed it. Nice. And he buys toys. I recently listened to "The Boys Are Back" from the High School Musical soundtrack. That song still slaps. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, Max. Let's see. Toy Story 5 should be about Woody making friends. Yeah. That'd be so weird. I mean, they could go that route, technically, Punk Agent, because, I mean, Toy Story was technically made for our generation, and a lot of us are grown up at this point, so, I mean, that would kind of make sense if you think about it, but obviously there's going to be kids watching the movie, and that's not going to be a good idea. Probably not going to happen. The first Incredibles is my favorite from Pixar. It actually might be mine as well, to be honest. I actually might like Incredibles more than Toy Story. I mean, I saw the first one whenever, maybe like a year or so after it came out. I really liked it. I still think the movie holds up. You saw the Suicide Squad too? Cool. Thought it was good, but the first one was better. Does anyone agree with the theory that Andy's parents are going through a divorce? If I remember correctly, I think Andy's dad was not even present in any of the films. Like, that was never really explained. I mean, I heard a theory that he died, but who knows? Toy Story 5 could be about Andy's son. The toys prevented his school. Oh gosh, at his son's school. The son of Sid from the first movie. Oh my gosh. That's bad, Andrew. That's funny, though. I'm not gonna lie. Love when Dash runs on the water. Yeah. Zach, go see Elemental. Yeah, I have no interest in that movie. Andy would be a trans woman. Toy Story 5. Oh my gosh. As long as we have Tim Allen, Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine. Well, I think the Chris Evans Buzz Lightyear was its own thing. Like, it's not really in the Toy Story arc. I mean, it might be in the same universe, might not be. I never saw it, so that should tell you something. Andy's dad died in the Gulf War in Iraq in 1990. I mean, maybe he was a veteran. Who knows? By the way, how's it going? Alex versus Evil? I do acknowledge that you are here. Andy and Sid, a gay couple. Wow. The new Saoirse horror movie was Escape the Fate is pretty good. I heard the Buzz Lightyear movie got banned in some countries because there was a scene that involved two. And the movie got banned. Yeah, I think I heard something like that as well. I mean, I don't think that kids' movie should have those personally, but, you know, I never cared to see the movie to begin with. Andy saw the movie Lightyear, and that's why he got the toy, yeah. I mean, I knew that Buzz Lightyear was supposed to be, like its own thing, but... And then it actually did become its own thing, which is kind of funny, because I remember there were some cartoons that were made back in the original Toy Story era. They would make Toy Story 5 woke. Oh, man. Yeah, nothing would surprise me anymore. Based, yeah. But yeah, I mean, when Toy Story 5 does happen, like, I do think that it should be the finale. They should cut it at that. You know, these franchises, they don't need to keep going on and on. Here's my thing. We're talking about Disney. Keep in mind they're having lawsuits that are worth billions of dollars and they're in debt right now. Yeah. Not against it, but they should not involve any of that in kids' movies. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, hey, you know, you go do your own thing, live your life, but, you know, don't be forcing it upon people, you know, because that's not cool. But yeah, I mean, I know that Disney, like, to some extent has been struggling with all this, so there is that. Disney just closed down the Star Wars hotel. It just opened because it was too expensive. Nobody was staying there. It was like 25,000 and 2,500 a night. Yeah. That's ridiculous. I mean, the thing is, I never really had much interest going to that type of stuff, you know. Like, I've actually never been to Disney World or anything. Never really had that much interest. I mean, maybe when I was younger, I would have had a little bit of interest in it, like, because obviously I had friends and, you know, people that I knew at the time were hyping up Disney World, you know, so yeah, maybe when I was younger, I probably would have wanted to go a little more, but now I especially don't care. Or they can do what they'll do with all main characters in movies now. Kill off the main toy characters. Woody and Buzz death, yeah. I mean, suing the entire state of Florida, that's at least $25 billion estimate. They're suing The Rock for $1 billion, and according to... they have $65 billion and lost 9. I do not know much about that. I went to a Star Wars hotel so I can get spent on by Max Repo. Interesting. And Zach, alright. Oh, okay, you're gonna go now, Christian? Alright. Take care, Christian. Thanks for joining. I will make Junebug World or by Archeo Pictures. Make something. Okay. Not sure how you would make that work, though. Could you imagine if someone, like, developed, like, a world, like, that's dedicated to my films? Like, there would be, like, amusement park rides, like, based on Ardening and stuff. Like, there's, like, these tunnels with, like, zombies and stuff. I don't know. Just something that came to mind. In California, in some schools, they ask kids what their preferred pronouns are. Oh, jeez. What's your thoughts on Ron running for president? I'm not really a big fan of him, to be honest. I mean, the only reason is because I just think he's overrated, to be quite honest. I mean, I do agree with some of the stuff that he's done, but I mean, I don't really believe in hyping up any person. You'll make it, Dead Yellow. Corlector Scarehouse, nice. Don't really know how you make an Italian sniper ride. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. At the end of the Italian sniper ride, you get shot in the head. Not for real, of course, but like a little prop, yeah. I like that, Andrew. That's funny. It could be like a Nerf gun, you know? Like it's like an automatic thing, you know? Sorry cursing, Zach. No, you're all good. It's funny because this does not support woke. Oh, no, I hear you, man. I hear what you're saying. But yeah, pronouns. Yeah, that's so stupid, man. Like, that's no one's business. That is pretty savage, though. I'm not gonna lie. With all this stuff going on in schools, I feel bad for the next generation. Yeah, I do too. I mean, I would imagine elementary school is much different than it was when I was in elementary school. I mean, really, the only thing you had to worry about, you know, in our generation of elementary schools is bullying. Now you have to worry about, like, indoctrination and stuff. It's definitely different than how it was when I was in elementary and even high school. Like, I imagine high school's even different now. MJ is missing. He should be here. Yeah, he should be. I mean, to be fair, I didn't show up to his last stream, so, you know, I guess he's returning the favor. The kid got suspended from school, but his dad gave him a fist bump and bought him ice cream and said, "By the way, you're not grounded," and suing the school. That's pretty epic. That is pretty epic. I personally applaud the kid whose response was justified. Indeed it was. Indeed it was. Thoughts on Spider-Man 2 PS5? I actually saw some gameplay for that recently, like with the symbiote and stuff. It actually looks kind of cool. I mean, I've never played I never played the first game cuz, I don't have a PS4 or a PS5, so yeah, but it does look pretty cool. It's intriguing. What are the reasons um why I want to get this girl right after now? Because she has 2 kids, single mom, and I want to raise those kids right with her. Oh, I hear you. I liked how they made the symbiote all shiny and gross looking. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things that I noticed, the way that the symbiote itself looks. Pretty neat. I also noticed that Brian delivers you the goods is not here. Maybe he's holding up a sign somewhere that says subscribe to my channel. Well, the school should actually be scared because of the lawyer. You've been playing Jedi Survivor. Yeah, I know that's a newer one. Do you think we'll get Venom 3 soon? I am expecting a Venom 3 trailer probably by the end of the year. I think maybe by this fall, maybe even sooner than that, we might get a trailer for Venom 3. I'm definitely looking forward to it, though. Apparently, that one guy who played the cop in the second one is going to be the villain in the third one. So we'll see how it works. And apparently, it has been confirmed that Spider-Man will be in the third Venom movie. I mean, as far as the second Venom movie goes, Let There Be Carnage, I thought it was good, but it did feel kind of rushed, to be honest. Should start selling your movies, though, yeah. I mean, if I had a big production team, then sure, I would, but, I'm just one guy. It's not easy to make a film. I thought Venom 2 was pretty good, but my brother thought it was garbage. I definitely prefer the first one, but the second one wasn't bad. Do you make any money on YouTube? I do not. I do not. I know Fabio does, because of all the paid requests that he gets. You ever thought about making a script and sending it to a production company or something to get it sold and made? Maybe. It's worth considering. But yeah, I am actually past an hour right now, so I did go on a little longer than I wanted to, but it is what it is. But it's all good. It's all good. If you don't mind me asking, what is your job? Well, right now, I'm just doing like some editing work, like for people. Like I'll do that occasionally. Um, for a while, I was working at my, well, not a while, I shouldn't say a while, but for a little bit, I was working at my local exchange store. But I did leave it recently, so yeah, I just wanted to pursue other jobs, so yeah. Did you see JK4 yet? I haven't. Do you mean John Wick 4? Yeah, I've seen John Wick 4. I think it's a great movie. I actually pre-ordered the Blu-ray for it. Sorry you came here late. It's all good. RJ, no worries. I don't want to go to work tomorrow, but at least it's Friday tomorrow, and tomorrow I have an album to listen to at work tomorrow. Cool. You should start seriously asking your boss if you could just sell them. It's where he owns a business. Oh, yeah, about the paint store? Yeah. No. I'm through with them, Junebug. What's your favorite John Wick movie? Probably the first one. Honestly, my favorite John Wick movie, it is probably the first one, but the fourth one I think is really close. But then I also really like the third one. The second one would be my least favorite, but I still really like the second one, though. I still think it's a really great movie. Yeah, the Blu-ray for John Wick 4 comes out, I think, next month. Like in a couple of weeks, actually, which is really nice. This is going to be sacrilege to a lot of people. I've never seen any of the John Wick movies. You need to change that, Max. Just start from the first one up. That's basically the way to do it. Apparently, what they're going to do after John Wick 4 is a bunch of spin-off films with the other characters. Because, obviously, John Wick dies in the fourth film. Like, I know that there's talks about there being an Akira project. The character Akira, which I think would be really cool. And then a Kane project with Donnie Yen. I know they're doing a ballerina thing as well, which, I mean, I'll probably check it out, but I'm not really that excited for it. Could sell them on Craigslist. Overlooked Rush albums. Power Windows. Maybe even Signals as well. Yeah, especially Power Windows. I think that's their most underrated. You literally watched them all a couple months ago. Cool. Hey, Kyle Keith, how's it going? Yeah, it has been a while. I've been okay. In high school, there are some rich kids with BMWs or other nice cars, and you totally hated their spoil. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. John Wick is not dead. You don't think? You don't think? See, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Talking about putting together, maybe they can call it Mars Crew. They're just looking for a bass player. Oh, okay, interesting. But yeah, I would still probably say that John Wick 4 is my favorite movie of the year. It's probably my favorite movie of the year. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 would probably be my second favorite of the year. I mean, that might change whenever I see the new Fast film, but, you know, there's probably other films that'll rise up there. Like The Expendables 4, which I know is releasing this year. I think that's going to probably be one of the best films of the year as well. Probably make my top 5 or maybe even top 3. I did like the new John Wick, probably one of the best movies of this year, for sure. Absolutely. Best fight scene in John Wick 4 is when he fights the big fat guy with gold teeth. That was a really cool scene. You mostly watch older movies, to be honest. Nothing wrong with that. There's great old movies. I mean, the first Rambo is a classic. The first Terminator film is a classic. I mean, when it comes to 80s action films, you can't go wrong. You really can't. John Wick is in the Bahamas enjoying retirement and life without killing and all getting beaten up. He will resurface. Yeah, you know, I know that's kind of a theory. Like, John Wick just, like, he just went out and, you know, he's somewhere far away and didn't want to bother. You know, he wants people to believe that he's dead. I say instead of getting Morgan Rose, you get Alex Van Halen and drums. Michael Anthony on bass or chorus, yeah. Yeah. Still need Ghost Rider 3. Well, I heard that they might make, like, reboot the Ghost Rider franchise for the MCU. Zach gotta leave. Love you, bud. All right, Dead Yellow. Thanks for joining. See you around. Take care. Imagine the trailer for John Wick 5 then. Play Johnny Cash. John Wick rises out, yeah. See, the thing is, like, you thought John Wick would have died in the third film when he fell off the roof. You know, the whole, like, oh, he's not really dead thing can only work one time, in my opinion. Isn't Alex Van Halen the guy from Mammoth? Also Eddie Van Halen's son? I think it might be him. Considering all the fighting and all the physical stress and the events of the 4 movies, I can understand why anyone in that situation would want to live peacefully already, yeah. Definitely. I mean, I can definitely see why. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream here. I did say I would probably only go about an hour. I know I went a little over, but I'll keep this rolling for a few minutes so that you guys can, you know, ask me what you want to ask. Well, Van Halen is not a strong lead singer. Oh, okay. And I'm also not sure what my next video is going to be. I mean, I have a few ideas, but I guess we'll see what happens. Just take John Wick in a completely new direction. Have John Wick be like an unstoppable avenging angel. Clear or black CD cases? I actually like the black CD cases more. I mean, I know that they're more outdated, but I think they just hold up better. They're better quality in my opinion. Good stream, man. I'll try to come back next time you do one. Thank you so much, Tundra. Means a lot. I'm hoping to make more content soon. Be on the lookout if you're interested. Well, it of course depends on what it is. But yeah, cool stuff, Kyle Keith. If you ever check out the band Helmet, I recommend the albums Meantime and Size Matters as good starters. Cool. I definitely have heard of Helmet. I think MJ is a fan of them. I could be wrong, but I want to say he is a fan of them. I don't know if it's just me, but have you noticed that older press CDs have harder cases? I think I did notice that. But of course, like the saying goes, why fix it when it's not broken? Did you see Target and how they made swimsuit? Yeah, the whole thing with Target, man, I mean... don't even get me started. Yeah, it sounds awful. Yeah. All right. Some guy decided to run around the store. You could see everything. Helmet is good. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I've heard they're good. I mean, I don't know much about their music, but I've heard that they're pretty good. Quicksand is another band like that. Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and just end the stream here. Great stream. Thank you, Alex. So, yeah, thank you guys for joining. I think it's been a pretty chill stream. So, yeah, I'm not sure when I'll do another stream, but this was pretty cool. This was pretty cool. So, yeah, I'll just go ahead and end the stream here. So, again, thank you all for joining. So, yeah, that'll be all. So, thank you guys for joining. Have a good night. Take care.